Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop. 10 more minutes. Thunderchief building action. Okay, I was cut kind of short on that last one. We was talking about some patching. Okay, what I'm going to do is one little piece of fiberglass. Okay, now if it's on a flat surface and you can get to it, it's pretty easy fix. Just lay up some flat glass on a piece of glass, put some wax paper on a table, lay up a piece of flat glass. You can cut it to the size you need. Okay, just past your hole. Okay, cut you a nice corner around your corners, you know. Okay, then once you got your piece, put it on there, draw around it with a pencil, cut it out. Now you can take a bigger piece of glass. I patch cowlings like this, people. Take a bigger piece of glass, put it on the inside, and then glue that on there, let it dry. Then you can put your piece in there with very little filling. Now if you got a concave piece like this, you can go right next to your hole or someplace on that plane where you can get a pattern for your glass. Lay a piece of saran wrap on it, put some epoxy and some glass on there, let it set up, pop it off. Then you got this shape. You know, if it's concave or anything, that's how you patch cowlings. Like if you change motors and you got a big old hole you need to patch, that's a good way to do that too. And then you can cut it out. Once it sets up and you pull it off, cut it out a little bigger, put it in there, draw around it so it just fits perfect. Cut it out. You can either just CA it in and then go on the inside and put some glass and some resin on there. It's a pretty easy fix. It really is. Okay? But I want to save time for some hinging. Okay? I'm going to zoom this in and hope I get it. Okay. Okay, guys, we need to hinge this. Okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to put this in. Now, I've done this like this because it would have been hard to get hinges in there. Plus, it's a good way to do it. Nice and solid. Won't have no slop. And just these two hinges on the outside. Now, remember, these are flaps, so they only need to go down. They don't need to come up. So you only waller out one side. Okay. Now I'm not going to glue these in yet. I want to do my body work, but look at that range of motion. Got a nice range of motion. The gap don't change when it rolls. That's when you know you got it hinged right. When it moves, big time flat, and the gap don't change. That's what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, now we need to mark our holes. Now this is kind of a hard setup, man. It's just kind of hard to mark the holes. You know, and I, put a dot there, then go in there and try to put a dot. That just don't work. So what I do, I'm gonna get my flap. Okay, now we just got to get these ballpark because that's where I put the wood inside. That's where the wood's in the flap. Or the aleron. Okay, now I'm going to roll that mark on up. Just straight, just straight around the corner. And we can set it there where it needs to be. Put just a little mark there, a little mark there, a little mark there. Okay, now we can come in here. On the other side of that, little more, right in the center. Bang, okay, we're good to go. We're all marked up. We're all marked up. Okay, now we need to drill a hole right smack dab in the center of this. Right on the mark. Get it started. You want to get it pretty much straight up and down. You want it on a 45 to this edge right here. I like to pinch my flat down here so I can feel if that drill bit's starting to wander off. You know, and stop it before it goes through the side. And my seam just happens to be right in the middle. That's why I need to drill these holes. Okay, now switch to the knuckle bit. And we don't want to go in very far. Don't want to go in very far, then we'll lay this bit right here on the top. See that nice little spot it makes? And I just lean this drill bit like this. Got to be careful because you can do some damage. You know. Okay, see how the knuckle goes in there? Right in there. And I need to come a little bit farther down along three of the bottoms. Tops look fine. The drill bit wants to go that way because of the rotation, so you got to kind of pull it back a little. And you see it makes nice little slots. We're going to call them slots. Okay? Now if I had a whole bunch of these going across, that's what I would do. I would glue this one. See, because we just got to kind of tell. Put it in there and take your, where you think it needs to be, take your fingernail and make sure it stays the same distance. That's how you tell. That's how you know. Then we can put a mark on it. Well, dang it, we're making a video. That's my buddy Long Island Dave. I'll get back with you, buddy. Okay. And we need to do the same thing there.